So good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, depending on where you're calling from. First, I'd like to say thank you for joining us on this presentation, Ideal Human Capital Models for the Cloud. My name is Eric Mead. I am the Director of Consulting Services Group for VMC. I'm also the Practice Manager for our Cloud Computing Practice, and also with me is Megan Taylor, Marketing Manager for VMC, and holds a Master's degree in Organizational Leadership from Gonzaga University. First, VMC, we are a technology consulting company headquartered in Redmond, Washington. We provide consultative technology assessment services as well as program and enterprise technology management for some of the biggest companies leading the software, hardware, pharmaceutical, gaming, and IT industries today. So, as many of you are aware, cloud computing is here, and in terms of adopting some type of the cloud, it isn't a matter of if, but when. Similar to how the Internet has become an integral part of our day-to-day business operations, so too will the cloud. As you prepare to plan on how to adopt the cloud, do you really know how this will affect your overall business? While you probably know the direct costs associated with moving services and or data to a cloud environment, are you aware of the indirect costs and changes needed to take place within your organization, especially as they relate to human capital? So in this presentation, we will take you through the strategy and tactics required for managing your employee base in a cloud environment. We actually will run through a case scenario where we actually identify 4 different solutions and recommendations, and then identify both the benefits and the concerns with this scenario. Finally, we will be providing a number of items for you to review consistently when making technology decisions, not just specific to cloud computing. Our fundamental goal is to help those of you who are considering moving services to a cloud infrastructure understand all the direct and indirect impacts of this change from a human capital standpoint. Megan?
All right. Thanks, Eric. So welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us. As Eric mentioned, we represent VMC Consulting, headquartered in the greater Seattle area, and we're really glad that you're able to join us today to explore areas of cloud computing. I'm just going to go over our agenda here, which hopefully everyone can see on the screen. If you do have questions during the presentation, there's a Q&A button. Feel free to enter them in there, and we'll get to those at the end. So just to do some introductions, Eric Mead is VMC's Director of Consulting Services, and Eric really helps tailor consultative solutions for our clients, particularly around the areas of business maturity assessments, which in this case relates especially to cloud computing, as he is the practice area leader of cloud services for VMC. And Eric brings a long career in management consulting and business development for companies such as Microsoft, Accenture, LG Consulting, and Deutsche Telekom. To this. I'm, again, Megan Taylor, the marketing manager at VMC, and my backgrounds really come from service and program development, helping our teams at VMC deploy strategy and position our services, in this case, cloud computing. And so today we're going to talk about cloud computing from several angles. Is it still really a component that is building in terms of trends and also adoption? We're going to start at the beginning, briefly going over what is cloud computing, just so everyone has a baseline understanding, and then really move into organizational readiness and assessments of how to make the most of cloud computing. Next, we'll examine the TCOs, the total cost of ownership in cloud environments, which is a critical component of planning moves in cloud computing and then managing your business attributes in the cloud. Next, we're going to look at workforce component in cloud management, as implementing workforce models is really our area of differentiation. As a company, we're a subsidiary of Volt Information Sciences, which is one of the biggest labor providers in the world. And we aim really to wrap this up within about 40 minutes and then open it up for Q&A. So next, beginning at the beginning, what is cloud computing? As you're attending a cloud computing online conference, we definitely assume you have a basic understanding of cloud computing, but I think it's important to define terms from our perspective so we're all on the same page. And those of you who may be new to this, hopefully this is a good overview for you. At its most basic definition, cloud computing is when technology and IT operations in the form of services, applications, and infrastructure are delivered in essentially infinite scalability to users via Internet technologies. We often hear people